Okay, it's been 5 minutes, so we cannot wait anymore. First of all, thank you very much for choosing to join the webinar. So we are Finobird, a startup trying to help 1 million people track their investments with ease and build multiple passive income sources so that you can handle your life and finances better. Our ultimate vision is to build a community of sensible retail investors who could retire wealthy and early. So this is our little effort to add value to the community and help you understand about investing and trading and build a passive income source here. Okay. So we have our speaker here, Akash Nirmal. When I first approached him, he's an NSM registered research analyst, basically SEBI registered research analyst. So when I first approached him through LinkedIn and I shared like, I need you to give some sessions to the retail community, he was very well accepting that. He was very enthusiastic and he wants to contribute to the retail investors community. First of all, thank you very much, Akash.
Thank you. Thank you, Karthik.
Thank you very much. We will be grateful for your sharing of knowledge. Thank you very much. So I hand over to you to continue with the second webinar. If someone have missed the first webinar, it is available in the YouTube channel. So I'll share the link in the chat room. So you can go ahead with that. Akash, please make sure that if anyone is new here, probably just cover the basics from the first session and then we'll go ahead with the second session. Is it okay?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Yeah, thank you. Please take over.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, everyone. So my name is Akash Nirmal. Prior to trading, I was an HR in Jindal Steel and Power Limited, but finally I chose trading as it is my passion, and I think this is where I was supposed to be. So before wasting much time, can I have some poll regarding who is first today and who has already attended the webinar before also? Because in the chat I can see there are few people who have not attended the first webinar. So quickly, can you guys just reply in the chat? Is this your first webinar or the second one? Quickly, guys, come on. Okay, first I can see. So it's mixed, I guess. Mostly I can see some people saying first and second, fine. So what we can do is that the recording of the first webinar is already available. Still, what I will do, I will just summarize it in 1 or 2 minutes about the first one, and I will proceed with the second webinar also. So all the new guys who are beginners, please do pay attention to what I would say. And if you have any queries, you can directly switch on your mic and you can just ask me then and there itself, or you can type in the chat box also. We will have a Q&A session at the end of this discussion also for 5 or 10 minutes. There also you can ask whatever queries you are having. So let's proceed. I would switch off my video for the sake of better network quality and just move on. So let me share my screen. So for the time when I'm sharing my screen, I won't be able to view the chats still. So I would recommend you guys, you can turn on your mics anytime.
Yeah.
So in the first webinar, we were discussing what is demand and supply. So simply, if we are to summarize what is demand and supply, any product that you are demanding as a customer, say you are a buyer and there are sellers. You want to purchase a soap. So when you go to a shop, you demand that please give me one soap, and the sellers are the suppliers. What they do, they sell you the soap. This is how the fundamental demand and supply theory works. So now what is so important in this? The price, which is most important. Who decides the price and how the price changes? So what happens here is that simply if you go to a market, and say there are three buyers. There are three people who want to buy the same product, and there is only one shop. So this shopkeeper says that, okay, I am the only one who can sell you the product. My condition is that I want to sell it at 20 rupees. So now these buyers don't have any other choice. Either they have to accept his price or they have to leave. Now suppose this buyer says, I will give you 15 rupees. What this shopkeeper will say? He will say that, no worries, I will sell for 20 itself, because I know you cannot go anywhere. You have to buy from me only. So there will be a point. Either of these three will agree to purchase at 20 rupees. So what is the outcome? Outcome is that when there are more buyers, there is more demand. The demand is more. And that's why the sellers take advantage of this and increases the price. So simply what we can say, more is the demand, the higher the price rises, and vice versa. How do we explain vice versa? Say there is only one customer, only one buyer, and now the situation is just the opposite. There are three sellers. Someone is selling for 10 rupees, someone is selling for 15, someone is selling for 12. So what this buyer will say? He will say, I am the only buyer. Either you sell it at my price or you keep your product. So he will say, I want to purchase at 8 rupees. So now all these sellers, they have to agree to this buyer, because they know if he doesn't buy, then who will buy? There is no buyer there. There is only one buyer. So what is happening here? The buyers are negotiating for a lower price. So when the supply is more from the sellers and the demand is less, the price falls down. So this fundamental theory is applicable everywhere in this world, in each financial markets, and in everywhere day-to-day life also. This same theory is applicable. So in the stock market, our product are the shares of the company. This is our product. So the demand and the supply will be of which product? Of shares. Who will demand? The buyers of the shares. Buyers of the shares. So who are the buyers of the shares? We are the buyer of the shares. Suppose we want to purchase 100 shares of ITC or Reliance. We are the buyers. And who are the sellers? The person who is already having that shares. They are the sellers. Suppose you have purchased today 100 quantity of Reliance share today, and after 1 year you want to sell those off. So you are the seller who is already having that product, right? So the same participants of the market are becoming the buyers and the sellers simultaneously. Whenever we are buying, we need to sell it to take back our money or to book the profits. So this was in short what is demand and supply theory. So in stock market, there are so many indicators and setups using which you can make money either by trading or by investing. But the mother of all the theory is this itself. So how do we trade on this theory? How do we invest on this theory? What is the advantage of this theory? So the advantage of this theory is that this is the most simplest form, which is very easy to understand and very easy to apply also. And this theory avoids all the news and all the manipulations. Whatever manipulations are there in the market, that someone is saying that false news is being circulated, due to which the shares price is falling. Say there is a news about Adani and then the shares are crashing. So people scratch their head, especially the retail traders, the small traders, that what to do. Whenever the news is good, I buy the shares and the prices fall down. So this theory is totally based on technicals. So what is technical and what is fundamental? When you trade based on these kind of charts, it is called technicals. We follow some technicals, some mathematical calculations and probability. And when you trade based on say fundamental performance of the stock, what is the profit of the stock, what is the loss of the stock, not the stock, the company. Say in previous quarter, from January till March, a company has made a profit of 1000 crores. So its profit is increased by 10%. So we should buy the shares. So that is fundamentals. So fundamentals are mostly affected by news. So what we do, we trade based on technicals using this. Now I want to have a very quick poll from you guys. How many of you have a small understanding about what are candlesticks? What is a hammer candle? What is an inverted hammer candle? A spinning top, etc. Just type into the chat that I have zero knowledge on candlestick or somewhat I have heard this name. Quickly guys, can you just type in? Let me see. Okay, I have minimum knowledge, but stocks always hit by news. You are right. That's why we try to avoid the news. Heard the name, zero knowledge. I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 replies only. Any guys? So I can see few people are having zero knowledge and few people have heard the name. So what I can do is that, okay, so we have to understand what are candlesticks. And for that, say guys, this is what I was explaining in the first webinar also. All the webinars that we are conducting are interlinked to each other. Okay, so the first webinar is totally relevant with the second one, and then again the third one. So what will happen if in every webinar new participants are coming in, we are not able to proceed further. So I would encourage all of you that kindly from the upcoming webinars, please try to join there, right? Because there are people who have already understood few things in the first webinar. It would be a repetitive for them. And for today's webinar, there are newbies, so I cannot just simply skip them. So for today, we will have a common webinar. The first webinars, please do bear with us. And from the next webinar, please everyone, please do participate. It's a request so that everyone can get along together. So not wasting much time, I will explain to you what are these. So these are candlesticks. We call them candlesticks. So what are the candlesticks? These are the representatives of price change. Whatever is the change in price, it is represented visually by candles. So how is a candle formed? We'll quickly go into this. So suppose, very fundamentally, if I try to make you understand, there is a tank. Tank means a water tank. It is completely unfilled. It is not filled. It is having two chambers, upside and bottom side. There are two chambers. So whenever the water is filling in the up chamber, the color of the water is green. And whenever the water is filling in the bottom chamber, the color of the water is red. Whenever the water is taken out, the level till which the water is taken out is marked and the remaining of the water is again red. I will come to this part. So you can imagine a candlestick similar to this tank. So as we know that our market opens at 9:15 a.m. our Indian market, and it closes at 3:30 p.m. So during this time, the price keeps changing every minute, every second. So what happens, as the price is changing every minute, every second, thus the candle is also changing. So how do we interpret that? Let's say we'll take a scenario at 9:15 a.m. The opening price is 100 rupees. This is our opening price. The price is opened at 100 rupees. So now you can say this is the borderline of our tank, the imaginary tank that we had imagined. Every time the price goes up, this will turn into a green candle, or the tank will fill with green water. And every time the price goes below this opening line, it will turn red. So say suppose after 9:15 a.m., say at 10:15 a.m. exactly after 1 hour, the price has gone up to 120 rupees. From 100 rupees, the price has gone up to 120 rupees. So what will happen? A candle will be formed like this with green color, and the highest point, this highest point will represent 120 rupees. This will be in green color. Now suppose say that the price at 11:15 a.m., which means another 1 hour has passed. Now the price has come down again back to 100 rupees. So how will the candle look? Will it look like this? No. If the candle looks like this means a simple line. This is a horizontal line, 100 rupees. If it look like this, can we know what was the point from where the price has returned? No. We know that the price has returned from 120 rupees, which was somewhere here. Here. This one, this gap. So how do we mark this? So when the price returns, it will leave a mark like this. A stick. You can say a stick. So this stick, what does this denote? It denotes that the price was till this point at some point of time, and from here it has come down. Again, if the price goes below 100 rupees, say 90 rupees, then the moment it goes below 100 rupees, it will start to form red color. Now I will show this same thing in the chart, and then you will understand it much better. So all of you guys understand what is an x-axis and what is an y-axis. In schools, you have been drawing charts, graph, x-axis and y-axis. If you look at this chart and if you look at this y-axis here, what you see here, you will see the price of the stock. What is this stock? This is Nifty Metal. This is a metal stock, metal index. Let me change it into something more relevant. Let me take Reliance Industries. Fine. So if you see in this y-axis, you can see the price of the Reliance share. 2500, 52, 54, 56. So this is the price. And if you look in the y-axis, you can see the time. This is time. 1 o'clock. You can 14. What does 14 mean? 14 means 14 June, 15th June, 16th June. This is the time. If I stretch it, what we will see this time, you can see if I go to an 1 hour chart. Now you can see hourly, 12:15, and then you can divide it into 1 hour gap likewise. So the basic understanding is this is the time axis and this is the price axis. Let's focus on this candle. What does this candle say? If you look at the price of this candle, right here, you can see it is 2560. So I can mark that this was the price of 2560 rupees. At which day? If you look at the time here, say this is on today is Sunday, so I think this was on 16th June. So on 16th June, this was the opening price. The price opened here at 2560 rupees. And from here, you can see the price is rising. It went till this point. This stick denotes that the price was at this point. So it went up to roughly 2584 rupees. So from 2560 it went up to 2584. So almost 20 rupees it went up. After going till this point, price again came down and it closed at this point. 2577. It closed at this point. So in this candle, what is our opening price? This is our opening price. What is our closing price? This is our closing price. As you can see, the price is halted here because today the market is closed. And what was our highest point? This was our highest point till which the price went up. And what was our lowest point? This opening price is itself our lowest point. Why? Because the price did not go below this. It opened and straight away went up. If we try to see some other candle, let's focus on this candle now. This one. This single candle. We want to focus. So if we focus on this one, you can see this is the lowest point and the corresponding price is this 2536. This point is the highest point. What is the opening price? Now my question is, what is the opening price of this candle? So you see what I told, what was the thumb of rule, that when after the opening price, if the price goes up, it will become green. And after the opening price, if the price goes down, it will become red. So what you see in this candle, this is a green candle. So in this green candle, this point is my opening price. Let me just zoom in a little bit more for you, like this. Now you see. So this was my opening price. If I mark it with a line like this, 2551.70. Let me shift it a bit more upside. Yeah. So 2551 was my opening price. This is my opening price. After this was the highest price and below was the lowest price. And what is the closing price? This line is my closing price. This one is my closing price. Why this is not my closing price or this is not my closing price? Because you can see this stick. I'm still referring to as a stick. I'm not telling it exacting stick. This stick represents that the price has returned from a specific position. Let me write it down here. So the name of this stick is wick. We call it a wick. W-I-C-K, wick. A wick says that the price has returned from a specific position. It can be from top also and bottom also. So what do we mean with this? You can say that the price opened at this point, it came down, the price came down. So when the price was coming down, this whole area was actually red. This whole area was actually red colored at some point of time. There was no wick. This was red colored at some point of time. After coming till this point, when the price started to reverse, to return back, when it started to return back, it left a wick, which you can say it left a mark, which says that yes, I was here till some point and now from here I am going back. So if I come back to a candle and if I draw a basic candle like this, and let me just So there are some people who I think already knows about this, and I would again request them to please bear with the beginners so that we can take everyone together and move along. And those who doesn't know, please keep your queries ready. I would be very happy to resolve your queries, and these things take some time to understand. Fine. Karthik ji, I would request you to let me know if someone has typed anything in the chat also, because in my shared screen I am unable to view it.
Sure. But guys, please raise your virtual hand if you think that you didn't understand anything and you cannot continue further. If you have any question to be asked later, then we can ask at the later point of time.
Yeah, exactly. And even in between the discussion also, if you have any query, you can stop me. There is no issue with that.
Yeah, please raise your virtual hand. I'll unmute you.
Yeah.
As of now, everybody is muted.
So now we can see two candles, similar of a kind. One is green candle, one is red candle. How do we mark? First we try to understand what is the name of each parts of this candle. So the part from this point to this point, it has a name. These parts have some name, and this whole thing from here till this point, it has a name. What are the names? These sticks are called wicks. Wick. This is a wick. The stick. This is a wick. The part which is filled with color, be it green or red, it is called the body of a candle. And the whole candle from its ultimate top till the bottom is called the range of a candle. And what is this body part range? Everything is price. This whole thing is the representation of price itself. So there was one thing which was written in the chat, that the price is affected by the news. So we cannot rule it out. Something like that was written in the chat. Not exactly that, but it meant the same thing. So whatever might be the news, and due to the news, whatever might be the fluctuation in the price, everything you will get in the candle itself. This candle will tell you everything, what has happened to the price. So we don't even need to know what is in the news. That's it. You can just, for the sake of understanding that, okay, this company is doing something else, you can have a knowledge of the news. But for trading, my recommendation is to go with the candlesticks. So similarly, this is the range of the candle from top to bottom. This is the body part, and these are the wicks. Now my question is there, what is the opening price? I would denote opening price with the abbreviation OP. OP means opening price. CP means closing price. HP means highest price. LP means lowest price. Okay, we are going to use this. So if we look now, let me just remove these things. Okay, fine. I will mark it this side.
Guys, anybody would like to volunteer so that you can understand better and make others also understand better? Feel free. Okay.
Yeah, anytime.
We prefer any new person who is seeing this for the first time. Please make it an interactive session. It's for you.
Okay, so as we had discussed earlier also, when the price is going above the opening price, it is green. So we can see this green. So there can be two conditions. Either this can be the opening price, or either this can be the opening price. There can be two conditions. If we consider this as the opening price, what you can say? Price has gone below till this point, but the color is green. So this is not going with what we had discussed. That is why this is the opening price of the stock. In the morning, the price has opened at this point. And then the price has risen. That is why this color is green. What would be the highest point of the price? This would be the highest point up to which the price would have gone. And this would be the lowest price till which below the price would have gone. And this is the closing price. So you can say if this is 100 rupees, this can be 90, This can be 120 and this can be say 110. Likewise, if we go to this red candle, the price has opened here and then gone down. That is why this color is red. Below the opening price, the color is red. So this is the highest price. This is the lowest price, LP. This is my opening price and this is my closing price. This is how we mark it. So I will make it much more simpler. We will take one example and then we will discuss it. I'll tell you. We'll try to take, let's say 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m. These are the intervals of 1 hour, and we will assume some price of the stock, say 100 rupees, 150 rupees, 80 rupees, 70 rupees, and lastly, anything we can keep, say 90 rupees. That's it. So what are these? This is the price of the same stock which is changing over the time, and we have assumed the prices after exactly 1 hour interval. So if I tell you verbally that okay, at 9 a.m. the price was 100 rupees, at 10 a.m. it was 150, at 11 it was 80, then at 12 it was 70, that won't be much good. But if we are able to visualize this whole process, this whole change in price in one candle, then if you know how to interpret the candle, you can yourself know that okay, by seeing this candle I can tell what was the price at which moment. It is a bear candle, think so, till 1 p.m. We will see. Yeah, we'll see what candle does it comes out to be. So let's draw this candle. So these are not individual candles. I am not talking about individual candle. There will be one single candle at the end. Please mark my words. Please listen carefully. There will be only one single candle in the end. But that same single candle keeps changing to represent the price change. That same candle will keep changing to represent the price change. Do not think that this is all these are different candles. So we'll start from 100 rupees. So what we will do, we will draw one imaginary line as of now. So the price has opened at 100 rupees. This is 100 rupees. I am going very, very slowly and trying to explain it in the very easiest, simplest manner as I can. So please pay attention. So this is my 100 rupees mark. So in the morning, when you will look into the candle, it will look like this at 9:15. There will be a hyphen. If you want to see that hyphen, I can show you that also. Give me a moment. Yeah, now you see. If you see these hyphens, these are all candles itself. If you see this one, let me zoom into this. if you see this dash, what is the price of this dash? It is 1.35 rupees. It's a penny stock, 1.35. So what does this dash denote? The price was at 1.35 rupees. Now it was very unfortunate that the price not even went up or not even went down. That is why there is no color formed above also, no color formed below also. The price opened at 1.35 and it remained there itself for the whole day. If you see this one, price opened here and then it came down and it closed here itself. That's why this is red. In this candle, price opened here and went up. So this is green. But here the price was there itself. It did not even move 1 paisa. That is why that's a dash. So this is the similar dash, 100 rupees. It opened. Now after 1 hour, what is happening? So after 1 hour, the price has gone from 100 to 150 rupees. So now what will happen? There would be something like this, a green candle you can see. The candle will look like this. Sorry. Yeah. And now if I have to mark the points, there is 1 point this one and 1 point this one. So this was my 100 rupees. Initially, this was my 100 and the price went up till how much? We are assuming that this is 150. So let me do one thing. This candle is very small. Let me have a bigger one. Yeah, that would do it. So this point and this point, we are having 2 points. This is 150 and these numbers are the price of the stock. 150 means 150 is the price of the same stock. We are talking about the same stock and we are talking about the same candle, not different candles. So this candle, now the candle which was looking like this in the morning is now looking like this when the price has gone to 150. Now say after 1 hour, price has gone down to 80 rupees. So now how the candle will look? So the moment when the price will start to come down from 150, it will start to leave us wick, the wick that we were talking about. It will start to leave a wick. So from 150, it will come down till 100 rupees. So it will become something like this. And then the moment it goes below 100 rupees, it will start to become red colored. So how will the candle look? So now the candle will look something like this. Suppose I am not completing this candle. I am just leaving it till this much as of now. This candle is incomplete. So this was my 100 rupees point. This 100 rupees point. Price has gone below 100 rupees and we are assuming this is 80 rupees. But now my question is, does this candle say anything about the highest price? We knew that 150 rupees was the highest price. So this candle does not show anywhere that this is 150. So that is why when the price comes back from a point, it leaves a wick, something like this. I would try to scale it as much as I can. And the color of the wick can be anything. It does not matter. A wick means simply a wick. That's it. So now when we see this wick, we can say that this was the highest point. And if I mark this point, this was 150 rupees. So now you can see this candle became like this. And after the price came from 150 to 80, it is now looking like this. The same candle was green sometimes back and now it has become red. Has someone posted anything? Can a red candle, the color of the wick does not matter. In a chart, the color of the wick will be whatever you give. So here you can see the color of the wicks are green. You can see. If I go to settings and here if I change the color, you can see symbol. I can keep any color, whatever I wish. So the body colors are here green and red, which is the standard color. and the color of the wick is green and red. If I change it to purple, I can keep it as purple also. So the color of the wick does not matter. Only the color of the bodies matter. A wick only denotes that the price has returned from a point. This wick says price has returned from this point. That's it. It denotes the highest point and the lowest point. That's it. So I can color it any color I wish. Now what happened after 1 hour? So after 1 hour, price has gone down a bit more. From 80 rupees, it has gone down 10 rupees more to 70 rupees. Now what will happen to this candle? If I simply copy paste this, it was looking something like this. Let me copy this whole part itself. So this was my 80 rupees point, and from here price has gone 70 rupees. That means 10 rupees below more. So the color will extend, say, a bit more, something like this. So now this was my 80 rupees part, and this point has become 70 rupees. So what you can see, this candle is now looking like this. This red has become a bit deeper because the price has gone down a bit more. Still, you do not see any wick at the bottom. Why? Because the price has not reversed from the bottom yet. From 80, it has gone below only. So after 70 rupees, what has happened? Price has gone to 90 rupees. It has gone 20 rupees up. It has gone 20 rupees up. So let me draw the same candle like this. Now what has happened? The price has gone 20 rupees up. So we can say this was our 80 rupees point. Somewhere we can assume that 90 rupees will be here. I'm not scaling it exactly, but I'm trying to do it. So the moment price goes up like this, it will start to leave a wick at this point, this below point. So there will be no more this part. And then you will be able to see a wick here. Sorry, not able to. Better I draw one. Like this. So it's red colored, no worries. I want to keep my wick as red colored. I can keep it. I can keep it as any color. Fine. So what is my 90 rupees point? This is my 90 rupees point. 90 rupees. So now you see, when the price was at 70 rupees and it started to go up from this 70 rupees point, it started to go up. It left a wick from the below also. So in the morning, if you see this candle, it look like this. During the course of time and during the daytime, this became, when the price went up like this, then it became this, and ultimately it took a shape of this type of candle. So this is how a candlestick is formed. Now the point is, every second the price is changing, every minute price is changing, every hour is the price is changing. That is why we can have candlesticks in different time frames. I am talking about different time frames. So what do you mean by different time frames? Say, instead of this 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., I say 1st January, 2nd January, 3rd January, 4th January, 5th January. So each of these candle will be a daily candle, 1 day candles. So if again I will make it a month, January, February, March, April, then it will be monthly. So be it any time frame, the formation of this candle is the same. This is how the price is represented by a candle. So this was very, very basic. If you guys, since it's already 11:50, I wanted to discuss something else, trends and something else, but since there were many beginners, so it was compulsory for me to go through this. I can see something. I think time frame can be minutes to years. Yes, it can be time, minutes, years, even decades. Whatever your software permits you to, you can go till that much. So here in this software, this is a trading view terminal. The software I'm using is trading view, TRADING, trading VIEW view. So here, if you look at this point, you can see 3 minute, 5 minute, 1 hour, 3 hour, D for daily, the weekly, monthly, quarterly, half yearly, yearly, and if the software permits you, you can have more than that also. And it has very, very importance, different time frames. We will discuss on that also, but not as of now. As of now, what I expect is that for the beginners, how much were you able to understand the candles, the body, wick, how it is forming? And if you have any queries, let's focus on that. We'll go step by step. But yes, again, my request is the same. If you break the journey of the knowledge, it will be half only. This is very, very basic. There is more to this, which we need to do before we jump into demand and supply. The topic was supposed to be something else, but we cannot jump there because we need to know about this. So I would request you guys to turn on your mics or in the chat, and please feel free to ask anything you want.
Yeah, if you want to ask a question, you can raise hand also. I'll unmute you.
See, guys, I want to make few things clear. If you think that I would give you some kind of a magical spell in one discussion, and then you will be able to mint money and print money like RBI does, that is not going to happen. This is not a college degree that I would give you a PPT and you will give your exam and you will get your degree and pass out. This is a matter of making money. Even if when you get a job, you work in your college, you work in your school for class 1 to class 12, you do your graduation, post graduation, and then you are competent enough to earn money in a job. So please do not expect that I would give you some magical spell. If you want to earn money from the market, if you want to earn it part time, say someone wants to buy a phone, buy a car, someone wants to pay his rent bills every month, his flat bills, PG bills, someone wants to take out his expenses. So for that also, you need to learn. It is not a one-day process. Yes, so I saw someone raising his hands. Please feel forward to ask whatever you want.
Venkat, just a minute. Let me unmute you. Yeah, you can try unmuting yourself now.
Yeah, I can unmute myself. Akash, firstly, thank you so much for the lovely webinar. And you have given basically, starting from the fundamentals, which is really good for anybody who really wants to learn from the scratch. So one question I wanted to ask you, see, for any person who has got no knowledge in the stock market, how many hours of effort is required to learn basic knowledge of the stock market and start investing in the equity, only equity,
so
and make some reasonable benefit?
So first of all, the best way and the best process to follow this is to follow any one tutor or any one mentor of your choice. It can be any mentor from your YouTube channel someone has recommended.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and with that, not every day, in a week, if you give 1 hour
Mhm.
for say 2 to 3 days,
Okay.
then 1 month will be sufficient for you to understand all the basics of the stock market. That is
So
for
in
the Mhm.
Mhm.
That
In
is for
nutshell, you're saying around 10 to 15 hours effort if you put across. Probably you can start with the equity and make some minimum
uh,
benefits on.
not exactly. Say if you are in a month, if you are putting say 10 to 15 hours, then you will come to know what is market. You won't be you won't be competent enough to trade, but
Mm.
you will come to know okay what is market. So you can say that will be your uh, say pre-nursery, nursery to UKG, 1 kg or class 1. That's it.
Okay.
That would be your 15 hours. After that, when you understand okay what is market,
Mm.
why is market, and when
Mm.
you understand your expectations, that okay these are the realistic expectations, then you start to learn about okay what is the tool that I can use. So what I explained here, this candle, this is a tool using which you can earn in the market. So to learn this tool, it will take another 1 month. Another
Understood.
1 month, sincerely, if you every week you give 1 hour, that will take 1 month. After you understand that tool, you need to practice on that tool. When you start to learn a car, you cannot just straight away understand this is clutch, this is gear, this is steering, and then okay, you start driving the car. That does not happen.
Yeah.
So it is a process, but if everything goes according to planned strategy, then you can say in 6 months, 5 to 6 months, you can be competent enough to start trading, investing, and you can start gaining few profits from there.
Sure, Akash. Thanks a lot for your explanation.
Yeah. So the curve is like this. The learning curve is like this. So Neha ji, the tool for which we trade is these candlesticks that I am teaching you. These candlesticks is the first tool, and the second tool is the trading software which you use. Like this, you need to have a demat account. So you can open your demat account from any brokerage you wish to. I personally follow Zerodha, Zerodha, Zerodha. You can open your demat account there, and from there you can trade. Right. So there are basically two ways you can trade in the market. One is based on technicals. Technicals means what the chart I am showing you, what are the candlesticks, and one is based on fundamentals. Fundamentals means how a company is performing. What is the performance of the company? Based on the performance, will the share prices rise or will it fall down? Will I buy or will I sell? For both, you need equivalent effort. And for that both, you cannot put your both legs simultaneously in two different boats. Either you learn technical first or you learn fundamental first. You cannot learn both together. That cannot happen. So any more queries regarding these candlesticks, what we discussed today? Yes, Ravindra ji, can we have him unmuted?
Yeah, Ravindra, can you please unmute yourself? Yeah.
First of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about this today's session. It's really amazing, and you had done a really great job for all
Thank
of
you.
us who are listening to this webinar. And and one thing I would like to ask, the thing is, either we can have a technical analysis or the fundamental analysis, or the both thing is required for us to sustain in the market or to make our career in the stock market.
So yes, both are required. So, but in the beginning, you have to learn either of them. One. Say,
Okay.
yeah. So once you understand everything about technicals, what are
Yes.
the technicals? Then you start to combine it with the fundamentals.
Okay.
So basically, I will give you very small one example, very small example. So you understand what is quantity, QUANTITY, quantity.
Yes.
Quantity is the number of shares that we want to purchase.
Yes.
Now suppose say price of Reliance one share is 2500. We saw right now 2500 rupees per share.
Yes. Yes.
So say you are having 5000 rupees in your pocket. How
Yes.
much share can you purchase? You can purchase only 2 shares.
2 shares. Yes.
Even if something happens to Reliance, at most how much money will you lose? You will lose 5000. You won't lose much more than that.
Yes.
But suppose you are able to purchase 1 lakh shares of Reliance. At that time, what would you do? You will ensure that you are technically also correct and you are fundamentally also very strong, so that you leave no room for any doubt. So these are the conditions which enables you to combine technicals with fundamentals. So what we have seen and what I have also seen and experienced is that it takes almost 2 to 3 years to master technicals, to understand technicals. So before 2 to 3 years of your trading journey as a career, there is no point shifting into fundamentals.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
That means we required both. Definitely, we require both to sustain in this market.
Yes, exactly. But later on, not now. There are people who are making crores every day just based on technicals. They
Yes.
don't even know, and they don't even care to know what is happening in the market.
Yes. 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 Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. The one thing is, either we can firstly with what we should go first, like the fundamentals or the technicals.
So at first you should go with technicals.
Okay.
Totally, you should go with technicals, and in technicals also you need to give at least 5 to 6 months
Okay. Okay.
time to understand how it works.
Okay.
Until and unless, so technical is nothing. Simply technical is the visualization of these charts. That's it.
Okay.
This is called a chart, and you can see this graph, these candlesticks everywhere. So once you are able to understand what is the pattern, see, market is cyclic in nature. What is the meaning of cyclic? Same thing repeats itself over and over again.
Yes.
So once you are able to visualize with your naked eyes, it will become very easy for you. So what you can visualize, simply I can see here, you can visualize a mountain forming like this.
Yes.
And you can visualize something like this.
Yes.
Now if you look anywhere, you will find the same thing everywhere. Here also you will find the same thing. So technicals is nothing but a matter of visualization, how you visualize and how do you quantify it. What is the meaning of quantification? In terms of numbers, how you calculate it. Once you are able to understand that thing, everything becomes easy.
Okay.
So yes, and so what is fundamental? Someone is asking what is fundamental. So if I go here and if I write Reliance yes, technical is understanding and company's performance. So if you see this here, what you see here, you can see it is written quarterly results, and you can see here March, June, September, December, every three months. And what you see here, sales, expenses, profit, interest, tax. So this is the total performance, the financial performance of Reliance. So whenever the performance is good, the share prices rises. When the performance is bad, share prices goes down. So this is the fundamental analysis of a company. Say Nehaji, you are having 1000 rupees in your account and you borrow 500 from someone. So what is your total worth? Your total worth is 1500, 1000 yourself and 500 you borrowed from someone. Your wealth is 1500. But until and unless you tell someone that 500 is borrowed from someone, will he know that out of 1500, 500 is taken from somewhere else? No. But how will you know? You know that from the financial books. These financial books you need to understand. What was the interest that Reliance paid for his loan, what was the sales, what was the expenses. So this is the fundamentals. And what are technicals? These are the technicals. Here, no expenses, no sales, no financials is involved. Everything here is price of the stock, and that price can go anywhere due to news. If Reliance is performing well, the news will be that Reliance has performed well, and that you can see in the candle itself. So if you see big green candles, you will understand that okay, there has been some good news due to which the price has gone up. So what is the good news? We do not care, because we want to make money. What we want to do, we want to buy here and we want to sell here so that we gain a profit. Our ultimate aim is to make profit. We do not need to know who is the CEO of Reliance, who is the founder of Reliance, what is Reliance doing. Okay, our concern is that we should buy and the price will go up and we will make profit. That's it. Done.
Okay. Thank you, Akash, and thank you, Finobird, for giving me the opportunity to resolve my queries. And it's a very great explanation for us to easily understand. And thank you once again.
Thank you. And all the participants, I would request you sincerely, please, for the next webinar, please do join, because from where we have left today, from here, there are so many more exciting things that we are going to discuss. And even if you, after knowing, if you are not able to trade, still you will have very good knowledge about something new. You can learn something new anytime. Okay. And if you stick with us for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, we will ensure that you are competent enough to make money. All the basic needs to all the bigger needs. If someone wants to make a professional career, everything is possible, but you need to have patience and give time. Right. So in 2017, 18 time, 19 time, I was an HR in Jindal Steel and Power Limited. I was posted in Delhi in their corporate head office. So that was the time I was doing part-time trading. But when I saw the potential of trading, and I saw I was having some of my few personal things also, like I wanted time freedom, I wanted financial freedom, I wanted that my mind should be open, I should not be confined to my boss. So for that I chose trading as my career, and it took me quite a time to understand trading and everything. But everything is right now. I am totally with my trading itself. My house and my bread and butter is trading itself. So it is totally possible. Please give your time. We will help you. So in the next webinar, I am in advance telling you what we are going to discuss. In the next webinar, you see these kind of candles. We are going to discuss individually what is the meaning of these candles individually, and how this candle is affecting the price, how the price is affecting these candles. And then we will try to understand these charts. How are these formed? And on the basis of this chart, how are we going to trade and invest? We will talk how are we going to trade and invest. When is the point to buy? When is the point to exit? All these things we are going to discuss. So please stick with us. Any more queries? If not, then we can wrap up. Over to you, Karthik ji.
Yeah. First of all, thank you very much, Akash, for such an explanation, actually, wonderful explanation. And we owe you a lot, actually. Guys, please note that he is just giving the sessions for the sake of us, including me, of course. So we have to acknowledge that irrespective of this, actually. So we hope you all will join the upcoming sessions and you will make our purpose met to help the retail community. Okay. Thank you again for joining and for choosing for your better future, importantly. Okay. So keep joining the sessions. We want to see you successful and gain time freedom and financial freedom, like Akash, including me, actually. Okay. Thank you very much for joining. So I don't see any hands raised. So Akash, we can end the session. Thank you again.
Sure. Thank you, guys. Thank you everyone for keeping your patience and listening. Let's meet again for the next webinar. Thank you.
Please share to your friends and family also about these sessions. Thank you. Bye-bye.